Everything was good. It was
Yeah,
good. It was good.
that's
You
good.
know, unity in the community. It was good.
Okay.
We do it every year.
Shout out to unity in the community.
Yeah, next year it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be August 16th next year.
Oh, okay.
You know, our annual event.
Okay, okay.
It's going to be all good. It's what we do.
So I'm driving over here. I'm on the highway. I'm trying to keep the speed limit because the police stopped me the other day, but I ain't getting no ticket. I just got a warning. And I'm driving over here and I'm bumping Teddy Pendergrass. It's so good loving somebody and somebody loves you back. And that's a fact. And I got it turned up. I'm like, yeah. And it's so, yeah. And then the phone rang. I'm like, who the fuck interrupted Teddy Pendergrass? So I look and it say TP. And I'm like, Teddy Pendergrass? So I'm like, hello? And there's somebody on the other end talking about you coming. And I'm like, Teddy? And I'm like, that's the fucking engineer, TP. Why you got Teddy Pendergrass initials?
Hey, look. Hey, it just happens to be that way.
Child.
It happens to be that way. That's all. Ain't nothing to it. Ain't nothing to it.
So did you hear about this new thing going on TikTok that's going viral?
What's going on? I don't know nothing about it. Break it down.
Women are leaving their panties in random places, supermarkets, on the pumps at gas stations. Like this is a TikTok thing now, where bitches is just peeling their panties off and just leaving it.
You know, pop culture. I just don't understand it. I ain't with that. You know what I mean?
So if you went to pump some gas and you saw some panties hanging on the pump, you just pull over to the next one.
Absolutely. I'm not for the shits. I don't do that. I'm just not with that. You know.
I think it's supposed to be a fetish or something. Like somebody out there got a fetish like that.
I don't know who it is. It wouldn't be me. You know.
Damn, it's a fetish for everything.
Unfortunately for these young fools.
Who is taking their panties off?
Mud kickers.
I just been seeing the white girls do it. Shout out to the white girls doing panty fetishes.
Don't say it's just them.
I mean, so far the TikToks that I saw, I haven't seen the
Don't
black
say it's
girl.
just them. They all doing it. Trust me. Don't just blame it on them. They all doing it.
Now, if you sell your panties on OnlyFans, you can get a nice piece of change. That's probably where the black girls are.
Prostitution is prostitution, no matter how you slice it or dice it. Don't act like you ashamed, like you shot.
Is selling panties prostitution?
It's all prostitution, man. It's all prostitution. It's all right. It's all prostitution, man. I mean,
really?
Yes, it's all forms of prostitution.
Selling panties?
It's all prostitution.
But I thought prostitution was a.
It's all prostitution.
Define prostitution.
Selling anything for sexual gratification is prostitution.
So selling the panties is for somebody's sexual gratification.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I shouldn't do that.
Hey, if that's what you do, it's prostitution. One way, shape, or form.
It was not a panty connoisseur.
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, my bad.
No. If you sell them panties that you wore, you're prostituting.
Suppose you didn't wear them. Suppose they just brand new with a tag.
It's the same sandwich.
That might be a problem.
Yeah, okay.
If you leave the tag on it and it's brand new.
Okay.
And they never was on your ass.
Okay.
So now it's not prostitution. It's just lingerie sold.
If you put it that way, I'll accept that. Good answer.
You see how I got up out of there?
Yeah, all right.
So ladies, if you sell your panties on OnlyFans, just keep the tag on it and it won't be considered prostitution. Give it up for me figuring it out for you. Yeah.
And don't have that funky stain.
I figured it out. What funky stain?
In the crotch. You know what I mean? But you know, it is what it is. You know, prostitution is prostitution.
I don't have a funky stain in my crotch.
How about the girl? She's upset. I saw this she's upset that she got this OnlyFans thing, and she's saying that all the guys that talk to her when she's out in public, they just want to crush. Well, what do you expect? You got OnlyFans. You a bump and toss. What do you expect?
Oh my gosh, she's out in public being herself.
She want to be
in disguise.
She want to be a relation. She want to be in a relationship. Now she's at a point that she made enough money. She want to have a family. She want a man and all this other stuff, you know. And everybody, all the dudes she's just a bump and toss. Well, what do you expect?
A bump and toss.
A bump and toss. You're just a bump and toss. That's it.
So she can never be a good woman.
Bump and toss. You know, listen, you made the bed, lay in it.
Do men prefer a woman with experience that might have been around the block a couple of times? What, you want a trainee?
No, it's not that a man wants a trainee. A man wants mystique. Mystique is what men want.
Now, this kind of coincides with what I wanted to talk about today for the topic.
Okay.
Which is women really going after what they want. So I guess that's part of the mystique where the man should do the chase. Because I heard this pastor saying that is not in alignment with what a man is supposed to do for the woman to be an aggressor. The man should be the one to initiate some form of relationship with the woman instead of the woman being the initiator. So does that go under with your mystique conversation?
Somewhat more or less. You know, I think that a woman can go after whatever she wants. I think it's mutually beneficial. If a woman sees a man that she's interested in, I don't think there's nothing wrong with her, you know, let him know that she's interested in him. You know, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
So how should she go about doing it? Should she be aggressive?
What do you mean by aggressive? Acting like a man?
What's acting like a man?
You said
I'm not a man, so I don't know how
you said being aggressive.
Yeah.
No.
Like should she just directly come out and say,
introduce herself?
Give me that dick.
Well, I think that's a bit extreme. You know?
Really?
Yeah. I think
men don't like that?
No, men don't like that. No.
Suppose we say, "Can I have some penis, please?"
No, men don't want that either. No. It's
what
ways.
What are you supposed to say? I like you.
It's ways of doing that without using that verbiage. You know what I mean?
So should it be like, engineer, those new glasses? You look so handsome. Like that?
Flirt a little bit. Yeah, flirt. Flirt a little bit. You know what I mean? Be a little flirty. You know, I think you'll go a little further than that. You'll go further being a little flirty, I think.
Okay.
You know, that's part of the mystique, yes. You know, but being like a, you know, being vulgar like that ain't gonna turn no man on. That's because the first thing he gonna say, how many other jokers you did that to? You know what I mean? Ain't nothing cool about that.
So you don't think there's a man on the planet that like that?
Yeah, Crunchy Black, who don't know better.
Why do you always bring up Crunchy Black? Who is this person?
Most of the dudes in the hood that you know. Every dude that's talking about.
Why you said that I know? I gotta know most of the dudes in the hood.
You from Brooklyn?
I know most of the dudes in the hood.
I'm just saying.
You act like I ain't got no life in the hood.
I'm just saying. You know, I'm just saying. All right. All those cats right now that's talking about they not with Kamala Harris because she put all them innocent black men in jail and all that other stuff, right? Those are your Crunchy Blacks. You know why? Everybody in jail is innocent. Tell me a mofo that is in jail that ain't innocent. How about the coochie burglar? Right?
Who? Trump?
I ain't even talking about Trump.
You said the coochie burglar.
The black dude, the coochie burglar, who broke in the house and all he stole was the coochie. The coochie burglar. I usually use the P word, right?
P. Diddy?
Not him. The pussy burglar. God damn it. Shit. The guy that broke in the house and stole the pussy. He did still nothing else but the pussy.
Oh my
That
God.
guy, right? He's in jail, right? But he in jail, but he ain't do nothing. Kamala Harris put him in jail, but he ain't do nothing, right? She was the attorney general, but guess what?
What?
She didn't write the sentencing guidelines.
She was doing her job.
She did a job, right?
She had bills
So
to pay.
like I told my man
a
True,
student loan to pay back.
like I told my man True, and everybody else, when everybody was out there doing wrong, if you got caught and you went to jail, was you innocent? No. So don't hand me that bullshit. She put innocent people in jail.
Did you ever know somebody that was innocent that went to jail? Because they do exist.
Few and far between. But nobody talks about the diversion program that she started, the second chance program that she started for people who she felt may have been convicted by a jury who was innocent. But nobody talk about that.
What's the diversion program?
The diversion, she steered them away from getting sentenced to prison.
How?
Put them in a work release program.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. Or had them be in a drug treatment program. Something other than going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
But I diverse. Back to your topic.
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, a woman should be president. Because we believe in keeping families together. Yes.
I ain't got a problem with
it. The women.
I'm
so proud of us. I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can read your thoughts right now. Every word from A to Z.
I can say this much. If women could read thoughts, if they really could read thoughts,
I can read your thoughts right now.
If they could really read thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
they'd get a lot further. They wouldn't be on OnlyFans if they could read thoughts.
And that depends on how many thoughts you're trying to read at one time.
No.
Now, if you're trying to read the thoughts of many men and you have all these voices in your mind, that's where you wind up on OnlyFans.
That's your damn
But
problem.
a woman as myself, a woman of a certain stature, I read the thoughts of men one at a time, one man at a time.
Stay focused. Gotta stay focused.
Exactly, because y'all got a lot of thoughts.
Gotta stay focused.
I can't multitask all of y'all.
Gotta stay focused.
Oh, look.
Just gotta stay focused.
I just really read your thought.
Really? Okay, but yeah, you read my thought. Okay.
I ain't gonna say what you think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I can cast a spell, secrets you can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Mix a special brew, put fire inside of you. Anytime you feel dangerous near, then instantly I will appear. 'Cause yes.
Okay.
Come on. We need Shaka Khan singing that in the White House. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Shaka Khan.
Okay.
So you're saying women should use the passive aggressive approach when they want somebody.
Yes. Absolutely.
Now, if you want somebody and that person appears not to want you, you shouldn't push it, correct?
Absolutely. No means no.
Does that turn men off when you keep trying?
Does it turn men off when you keep trying?
Yeah, to get them. That's like,
well, you know.
I mean, not stalker level, but
nobody wants to be stalked. Who wants to be stalked?
Suppose you was in a relationship with somebody and y'all broke up, but she's still trying to get you back. Is that a turn off or a turn on?
Usually it's a turn off.
A turn off?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because somebody wants you back?
Well, it depends on why you ain't with her or with him. You know?
I suppose you was a naughty boy.
Well, shit. Yep. It is what it is. Sometimes you don't get a round trip. You don't get a second time around.
Oh my gosh, I'm reading your thoughts again.
Sometimes
I need to turn it off. Let me turn it off because I don't want to read your thoughts no more. Let me
turn it off.
Because I'm able to channel thoughts like that. I'm very clairvoyant. I'm
Yeah,
pinpointing.
okay.
Let me turn it. Let me concentrate. Turn the thoughts. Do
Mhm.
not listen. Don't tap in. Whew, you
All
was
right,
just
Miss.
loud and overbearing. I'm
All right,
sorry.
Miss Cleo.
I'm not Miss Cleo. I'm real.
Okay, all right then. I ain't gonna holler. I ain't gonna holler. Shit.
If you a dog and you get hit, you might.
Nah, I look both ways.
I read your thoughts.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
so, so men don't. So you're saying that's a turn off for men for most.
Yeah,
Is it okay to be aggressive in bed?
absolutely.
Like you sleep and she wake you up.
I like it when you take it.
So men only like when women are aggressive in bed, but not too aggressive, right?
You can do whatever you want in bed. Shit.
Like I could flip you over on your stomach. That aggressive?
And do what? Homie don't play that. You know what I mean? Shit.
Why you gave me the stare?
I'm just saying, you know.
Oh, if y'all could have seen the engineer face, child, that shit was funny as fuck.
You
You funny?
I'm just saying.
You said, and do what?
know. You know what I mean?
That communication was clear.
That's right.
Clear communication is important in
You got to
relationship.
communicate. That's right. Put the cards on the table, face up. That's what it is.
So how come some people can't have that clear communication?
Because men don't trust women. That's why.
Why y'all don't trust us?
The things you do.
What we do?
A little bit of everything.
We take care of you. We wash your clothes. We cook. We love you. We do everything
Somewhat
for you.
somewhat more or
And
less.
y'all don't trust us.
Yes.
That's why y'all don't want a woman to be president.
That ain't why. I want a woman to be president. I don't mind. I ain't got
Well,
a
but
problem
you
with
don't trust women. Let's talk about
it.
it.
Relationship wise, men have trust issues.
Why? What y'all have trust issues? Are y'all hiding it?
Don't you know? Are we hiding it?
Yeah, because
No.
we don't see that.
Oh, because you too busy bumping your gums and commiserating with your girlfriends, and you don't listen. We tell you all the time.
What? We don't listen?
Y'all don't listen. Y'all don't listen. Men been telling women that for years.
Now, there's different categories of men.
Listen, men, even Crunchy Black done told y'all. Y'all don't listen.
Maybe some things that y'all say.
Nah.
Some things we should not have to listen to.
Listen, that's why they went to calling y'all bitches and hoes, because they was fed up. They done told y'all everything already. Y'all just would listen.
No, y'all was calling us bitches and hoes because y'all thought y'all was pimps,
Nope,
but y'all really
nope,
not.
nope, nope. Let's talk about how men relate to women, how men talk to women, right? And how women talk to men. All right.
Okay, let's do it.
How many women poets are there? Do you think?
Poets?
Poets. How much poetry come from women?
Plenty. A lot of women. I can't give
Name
you an exact
five.
count.
Name five.
Name 5.
Name one more than Maya Angelou.
Myself, Queen Latifah. All the female rap artists is poetry. We're poets. All the females in the music industry, all the songwriters, we are poets.
Okay. You have a valid point there, right? You have a valid point there. All the female rap artists, right?
Yeah. Cardi B,
Kiss Maggie's ass.
a poet.
Okay. Oh, good.
She's a
Good
poet.
example. Good example. Good example. Cardi B. Good fucking example.
Oh,
Good fucking example. You know
Hey,
what?
come on,
That's a great example.
what?
Great example. Great example. Right. Great example.
MC Light. Roxanne Shante,
Great examples.
Foxy Brown,
Great example. The Il Nana, Lil Kim.
Lil Kim,
Yeah.
Salt and Pepper,
Yeah. Keep it going.
Trina,
Keep it going.
Nikki, who I like and you don't.
Keep it going.
Megan,
Mm-hmm.
who
Keep
you're
it
a
going.
big fan of.
Keep it going.
Beyonce,
Keep it going. Now, most of them,
Patti LaBelle.
a lot of them that you talking,
Songwriters or poets.
unfortunately, most of them that you just mentioned, I'm gonna give a few to rap artists.
Well, I did say songwriters, so I might have to take Cardi out the category.
Most of
She
them,
has a ghostwriter.
most of them that you just mentioned,
Her
you're gonna have to.
ghostwriter is the poet.
Most of them that you just mentioned, you're gonna have to take out of there. Most of them just mentioned don't write.
Foxy didn't write.
Most of them that you just mentioned don't write. All right, but
No,
you keep
MC
going.
Light was writing.
She wrote one or two things.
Roxanne wrote.
Like I said, most of them aren't straight up writers. Even Patti LaBelle wasn't a straight wasn't a writer. Okay, right? They were performers, most of them, right? Men wrote most of that stuff for them. All right, but the point I'm making is right. Let's use Patti LaBelle, right? Men wrote a lot of those songs that she sang, right? And they were love songs,
Luther,
right?
great songwriter.
They were love songs, right? Men wrote love songs, right? And when men wrote love songs, they were writing love songs to women. They was expressing how they feel about women. They was expressing their emotions to women. All the great love songs are sung by who? Men. All the great love songs are written by who? Men. What is the inspiration of all the great love songs? Women. Exactly, right? So men been telling women how they feel all your life, all my life. For forever and a day. Now the problem is y'all hear it, y'all even sing along, but you don't listen. You don't listen, right? Because if y'all listened, it would be less pushback.
Men wrote beautiful songs, right, about us.
Absolutely.
Just nice things.
But you don't listen. A man done begged, pleaded, cried, and did all kinds of stuff. He done told you.
After he cheated.
No. Before he cheated, before he did all those things, then he got to a point.
I love you.
Yep. And then he got to the point. By the time the younger generation got to it, they looked at all those other dudes and said, "Man, I'm not doing all of that. Fuck this bitch, this hoe, this raggedy ass bitch."
But look at our sad songs that we personally wrote that were inspired by men. Where was the happiness?
Well, but what I'm
we always had a sad song. But God bless Mary J. Blige.
But what I'm saying is, Mary was part of the women that felt the pain, got the wrath of the angry man. You understand what I'm saying? Because
why y'all so angry at us?
Because for a lifetime we've been telling y'all how we feel, and y'all will not receive the message. So you can learn women can learn a lot about men just from the music they listen to. But y'all are too damn stupid.
See, that's disrespectful.
No.
Why you calling us stupid?
Because we tell y'all all the time. All the time.
I thought we was having a nice conversation.
We are having
you have to throw the S word.
Okay, I apologize. Okay. Okay.
What's wrong with y'all?
I'm gonna tell you something. You know what else y'all do that men don't do?
What? Have our period?
No, y'all commiserate. Because guess what? You and your husband can be having a great relationship, right? Great relationship. And look now, if y'all ain't having a great one, ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have used you. I shouldn't have used you.
You can use me.
I should have used you.
Why you say I'm just laughing?
No. That
You're
laugh did.
laughing.
I
What
did
the
that.
fuck
That
are you
laugh
talking
did. That laugh
about?
did. Maybe I shouldn't have used you. I shouldn't have used you. I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
But anyway.
Go ahead. We could be having a great relationship.
So check it out, right? Then your little friends, right? Your little friends and shit, right?
Oh God, I can't.
They might recognize that your husband takes good care of you, right? That you doing all right. You know what I'm saying? He takes good care of you. But in her relationship, her guy ain't as good to her as your guy is good to you, right? Socially, you're not peers. Socially, you're not peers.
So you're saying
She will be a little jealous, right? And she will devise a plan to help you get rid of your man. Yes.
So you're saying
women do that.
So you're saying if you're married and
You don't
you're
even have
in
to
a
be
very-
married.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just using your theory right now when you said husband. So if you're married and you have a bomb ass marriage, everything is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You should hang out with other wives that have that same relationship, a beautiful relationship.
You really should have something in common. You should be socially peers. You need to be socially peers because if you're not socially peers, all y'all have in common is that you're women and you have children. After that, your conversation is gonna be different. Like for instance, me, right? Most cats, I don't have nothing in common with. That's why I hang out with the same dudes that we can have the same conversation. I don't care about my level of success isn't measured by the street corner, right? My conversation is going to be beyond that. Some cats only talk about what 50 Cent is doing, what Chris Brown got going on, Supreme Team, and all that type of stuff. I don't care about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about financial literacy. I'm planning for my retirement. You know, I'm building with my son how to be financially secure. You know, I'm talking about stuff like that. You know, my portfolio is deep. You know what I'm saying? I'm investing in real estate, other businesses. I'm building. So when I get around them, what we're talking about, what I'm talking about, what they talking about, are two different conversations.
So we should surround ourselves.
With like-minded people.
What I hear you saying is
with like-minded people.
Like-minded people.
You know what I'm saying? People that we have shit in common with. Now, guess what?
Well, suppose you want to elevate in life, then you should hang around people that are already elevated to motivate you.
Exactly. Because.
So if you want to be married, should you hang around married people?
Well, I wouldn't say that. You know, marriage is something that's between a man and a woman. You know, that's for you to decide. But, you know, you don't have to be married to hang around people that socially your peer. You know what I'm saying? You is a mindset. You got to have a certain mindset. You know, if people just want to party and bullshit, and that's all they do, that's all you're gonna do, party and bullshit. You know, but you know, to each his own. I'm just dropping a little ditty on you. You know what I'm saying? But if people aren't socially your peer, you're gonna start having conversations about stuff, and they're gonna think you bragging because you're gonna pull up in a nicer car and be able to afford it. Your zip code ain't gonna be the same as theirs.
No, I kept my 718. I kept my 718.
Yeah, you kept your 718 because you wanted to keep your 718. That's your area code. I'm talking about your zip code, where you live at. Your zip code gonna change.
I'm still 11225.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and all that type of stuff. So, and then people gonna say like, "Yo, this motherfucker think he better than us." You know what I'm saying? No, I wanted more for my family.
So you think that's why when you become elevated in life, you should not return back to the hood because you might get set up?
No, you can return to the hood. Why not? I left the hood for a reason. You know what I mean?
No, if you become wealthy, you should return back to
You-
that block where,
You can't return back to the bar.
because you could get set up.
Absolutely. You can't return. You don't change. Everybody around you change. Because I'm going to tell you, I thought I could stay in the hood. I thought I was a ghetto celebrity. I'm going to stay in the hood. These are my people, right?
Psych.
And I'll tell you what, real talk, somebody I knew practically all my life, their mother passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have no money to bury her. They went to social services, and social services gave them $250. I think it was $250, something like that. Had no money. But I knew this lady. And I was up. And dude was even working for me at the time. I gave him a job. He was working for me. He had came home from prison, and I gave him a job. He was working for me. So he asked me to loan some money. I paid for his mother's funeral. You know what I mean? Never said nothing, never told nobody nothing. She had a nice funeral, put away nice on my dime. And then another mutual friend said, yo, let me drop this ditty on you. They think you got money in your crib. You know? And at the time, I was living on Sutter Avenue and 123rd Street. You know? Nice little crib. You know what I mean? I was good. They was like, yo, remember how big you had that record warning they coming to get you?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it was the people that I knew and I loved. I just buried your mother, bro. And you're gonna try to come get me. I was out.
Mm-hmm.
I was out. Because they wasn't socially my peer.
That happened to me too.
You know what I'm saying? They social because now, first of all, they like you. They envy you. They love you. They get jealous of you. Then they hate you. That's the cycle. That right there is the cycle. And you can't do nothing about that.
Like Nipsey.
Exactly. You can't do nothing about that.
That was horrible. That was
You can't
fucking
do
disgusting.
You can't do nothing about that. And that same cycle happens with your friends. When you come up, that happens. When you got a good relationship, that happens. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have the information and the knowledge and the wisdom to recognize it, you'll never know. And they'll come get you. But that's just my opinion.
No, you're right. The same thing happened to me. After I had got my record deal, I was doing good. Came off a tour, had moved, but I went back to see some people. And when we was growing up, but I'm thankful because when I was growing up, I was around a lot of people that was doing coke, and we went from coke to crack when the crack ever hit. But thank God nobody never offered it to me. Like they wanted it to themselves. They would excuse themselves from me. Like if we was all together, like yo, we know you don't do that. So if you want to come back later, like it was always that situation. Which thank God, because I don't know what I might have done because I was young. Maybe somebody would have offered it to me. I can't sit here and tell you I wouldn't have took it. I don't know what I might have done, but nobody never involved me in that. So thank God. But I went back and it was this girl I was real close with. I dated her brother. Her brother was my first boyfriend. All of that. She was down bad. I was like, damn, I went to see the mother. I went to see the grandmother. And while I was in the living room talking to her mother, she was dipped down between the stove and the table smoking crack. That shit was crazy to me.
Mm-hmm.
And her mother was like, girl, I know you're not over there smoking that shit. And I'm like, damn. So that was a turn off.
Mm-hmm.
So I left. So when I was leaving, this lady that didn't know me came out of her apartment down on the first floor. And this was in Brooklyn, in Crown Heights, on Crown Street. around the corner from Tivoli Towers. She came out of her crib and she was like, yo, I know you don't know me, but I heard a lot of positive things about you. She was like, you need to get out of here right now. I was like, I'm going to leave now anyway. She was like, no, seriously, because she about to have you set up. They already coming for you. I was like, what? And I never went back. That's when I knew once you leave your hood, and it's the hood, don't go back.
Yeah.
Don't go back. They
It
will
don't,
set
like I
you
said,
up.
it don't be
They'll
you
set
who
you up.
change. It be everybody around you who change. So you know what? When people aren't socially your peer, they mad about everything. You know what I mean? They mad about everything. You know, so and that's what it is.
My mama warned me about the motherfuckers when I was little too. I guess I thought they was my friends, and look how they turned out. Listen to your parents when they warn you about somebody, because we know, we experience, we know. Who that? Hi, boo. Yeah. So, what would you like to add to our conversation? Because you said we don't listen.
Y'all don't.
You act like that's all of us.
The women that listened was independently dependent. They ran shit. Women that's at the top of their game, they winning. You know, because they got the memo.
Do men listen to us?
Absolutely.
So, what do you
Absolutely.
hear when we speak?
Listen, when a woman gets the memo, a man gonna do what she say do for the most part. Because he ain't gonna do nothing without running it past her until she do something stupid and lose her edge. You know what I mean? And that's real talk.
That's when the man be like, I got to talk to the boss.
Mhm. That's right.
I got to run that by the boss first.
You know, let me tell you something. My pop used to say it, and then I say it too. You know, because ain't nothing wrong with it. You know, a woman would normally clearly rule your world, but she'll let you be the man. You know what I'm saying? But most women don't get it, and the women that get it be winning. You know what I'm saying? They be winning. So when your relationship is tight, you running his world. You letting him be the man, right? But your little friend didn't get the memo. She just watching that your shit flourishing. You know what I'm saying? You getting all the things. Your life is good. She just don't know. She don't know the remedy
What's the
and the
remedy?
recipe.
What's the
But
recipe? How does a woman let a man be a man? For the women that don't know and they want to know.
I just told you, let him be a fucking man. Let him be a man.
What's that? What does that look like? Being a man. What does that mean? Let him go to work. Let him
Let
let him
him
fix cars. Like, what does that mean?
let him lead. Let him be the man. Because if you let him lead, he ain't gonna do nothing without checking with you first. That's the secret. That is the secret. All you gotta do is act right. He ain't gonna spend a dime. He ain't gonna buy nothing. He ain't going nowhere without checking with you first. You know what I'm saying? The woman is gonna be the one that say, that's a good idea, or that's not a good idea. I'll give you a perfect example. Every athlete that has a multi-millionaire or whatever business, you know who the shop calls it is the wives. It's called the wives club. Now, the two men can want to do business together, right? And we're gonna go out, and I think I told you this before. We're gonna go out to whatever function together. And I got to bring my wife or my lady, right? Now we already know we want to do business together. But who I got on my arm is very instrumental, right? She has to be able to fit into the wives club. So she gonna go in that powder room with them, and they're gonna chop it up. They're gonna laugh and joke. They're gonna talk about some different things, current events and current affairs and all that type of stuff. They're gonna talk about the kids and all that kind of stuff. And if she ain't up to snuff, when they go home and they getting in and they in their bedroom and he taking the tux off and she taking the gown off and they about to get settled in for the night.
Pillow talk.
Whatever. Exactly. And he say, well, what do you think? The wife gonna say, yay or nay, if me and him gonna be able to do business together, based upon if she can fit into the wives club. You know what I mean? If she can't fit into the wives club, it ain't gonna happen. And you know what her husband gonna come back and do?
What?
Come back to me and say, we decided we're gonna go in another direction. We're not gonna be able to do it.
Because of the wife?
Because the wife made a decision. And he's gonna be the man and come to tell me, nah, we're not gonna be able to do the deal. Because the wife decided that, nah, this ain't gonna be a good fit for us. Because she ain't gonna fit in the wives club. You know what I mean? Because guess what? She may have made one or two critical mistakes.
Suppose that was a jealous wife.
Usually, it don't be that way. Socially peers. You have to be able to fit into the circle. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to fit in the circle. You know?
So you're saying if the other wives was messed up, they would have never been in?
Exactly. That's just the way it is. You know? I mean, like, we don't really say it here, but the caste system, whatever you, depending on what country you in, some say it's called the caste system, some call it the class system, wherever you at in the country, in the world, right? You have to fit in, unfortunately. You know? When they see people looking down their nose, you got to be able to fit in. It ain't where you from, it's where you at. You know? That's why education is important. Like, example, when I went to school, I didn't want to pledge to be a part of a fraternity. I'm my own man. I'm the man. You know what I mean? I had $2 above lunch money. My family was good. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm not living in the dorm. I'm not doing that.
You had your own crib?
Yeah. I'm not sleeping with 4 dudes.
My son had his own crib too.
You know,
I paid the rent.
I had me a 1977 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, light blue with Trues and Vogues. Booming system. I'm good. I called my daddy. I got an apartment. I'm not eating tuna fish and all that type of college kid eating stuff. And I'm good. I'm going to Winn-Dixie. I'm shopping.
You know what?
I got a crib. I'm good.
Okay.
So guess what? I'm not pledge. I don't need them cats. They weak. They suckers. I ain't doing that. Right? I didn't see the value in that because I was good. Right? Fast forward 30 years, right? I see all those dudes, right?
That pledged?
Yeah. Like I went to with some of my classmates in Connecticut, maybe about a month or so ago, right? You know, and on this golf course up in Connecticut, you know what I'm saying? And all these cats, they pledged and whatnot, right? All these fraternities and stuff, right? And they all got these high-powered jobs and whatnot. They all doing good, right? But they all connected, hooked up. You know what I'm saying? And they look out for each other. They pull each other up. You know what I'm saying? So that was the beauty of being a part of those fraternities. You know what I'm saying? It gets you past all the red tape.
It was a brotherhood.
Right. I didn't see the value in it because I was good. You know what I'm saying?
So what's the lesson learned from that?
Hey, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. Sometimes when you up, you look down your nose at people. I was looking down my nose at them because I was like, y'all struggling, man. And all that pledging stuff like that, that looked like it was degrading to me. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing the caddy. I'm a true New Yorker.
You ain't talk to your parents about it?
Yeah. My dad was like, you ain't gotta do that if you don't want to. We good. My dad.
Okay, he gave his honest
He said, you know,
answer. If you don't want to,
he said, if you don't want to, you ain't got to.
so he didn't force you.
He was like, it's a good idea if you want to, but if you don't want to, you ain't got to. You know?
So he let you to make the decision.
Right. So, but now when I look at these dudes and what they doing, guess what? They knocking down mad doors just because when they need to go places and somebody there was a gatekeeper, that fraternity made the gatekeeper get out of the way.
Almost like in hip hop, you need to check in.
You gotta get out the way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm saying that to say that, you know, sometimes you have to be on point, you know. That's all. So people that ain't socially your peer, you know, sometimes you got to take somebody who ain't ready and get them ready. And what I'm saying don't mean that you're better than anybody. You know what I'm saying? You can take somebody and train them up, you know, and show them like, look, all right, you here today.
So can a woman show a man how to be a man?
How to be a better man? Yeah.
How to be a better man?
Absolutely. Like a man can show a woman how to be a better woman, but you have to.
And suppose it don't
listen.
work.
When there's instructive tongue speaking, you have to have an attentive ear, whether you're a man or a woman. The problem is men listen, and most time women don't.
No, but suppose
y'all listen to respond.
Suppose, I hear what you're saying, but suppose there's a woman that wants to help this man to become a better man and he's not listening.
That happens sometimes.
And he's supposed to be the head and the leader, and he lead her astray, the whole family.
That happens sometimes because you know what? Fear of the unknown, right? Sometimes it's all in delivery. You know, you have to lay out the plan and lay out the vision. You know, you got to spell it all out. You know, because sometimes they're not ready. Sometimes they're just not ready, and you got to be patient.
You should wait for them.
But it doesn't mean that
you move on as a woman.
It doesn't mean that you gotta necessarily wait for them to be on the same page all the time. You know what I mean? But you know, you have to be patient sometimes.
What Steve Harvey say? Give it how many months?
Steve Harvey is an asshole.
What's the matter with act like a lady, think like a man?
You know what? That right there was to make money, sell books, and make money. If you really believe in that bullshit.
So Marjorie ain't do that? Marjorie got a stink ass walk.
Please. Please. Why
Marjorie daughter out there doing? Dating. I mean, she's dating. She's young, right? What's wrong with that?
Hey, listen. She's in a whole phase. Rock out.
Why is dating a whole phase? How come she just can't be dated? Why does she have to be a whore?
It's a term. Whole phase. You know what I mean? When women are young, in their 20s, you know, late teens, up until they damn near 30, they having fun. They partying. Enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? It's just been turned your whole phase. That's all.
So what's the term for y'all? Dog phase?
No, men ain't got no money between 19 and 25.
So what are they?
But
hoes too, right?
Yes. Actually, between 19 and about 40, men ain't got no damn money. Men broke. Men struggling.
You was broke?
I could have been broke somewhat. I would have been broke.
Because you said you was chilling.
I was good, but all men aren't broke. I was all right based upon my circumstance. You know what I'm saying? But if I didn't have that circumstance, I'd have been broke. I'd have been broke. And guess what? Them 25, them 19, 28-year-olds, they would have gave me the time of day. They're gonna be messing with them 35 to 40-year-old men because they got $2 above lunch money. You know what I'm saying? But the guys their age ain't got no money. They broke.
Let me ask you a question that just popped in my mind because I want to know what you think from a man's perspective. So I knew this woman years ago. She was older than me, and when I was in the music industry, and she was in her 40s, and she was a virgin because she wanted to get married. How do men feel about that? Because I'm like, when he coming? You already in your 40s. Like, what's the problem?
Well, you know what? To each his own with that. If a man stumbles across her, he would be very happy. He would be pleased. And she ain't got no kids. Pleased.
Well, she did stumble across somebody, and he took it, but he didn't marry her.
Yeah, well.
So she held out all those years and still didn't get married and lost her
But
virginity.
but to each his own. But you know what it's like to find a woman today at 35 that ain't got 2 or 3 kids by at least 2 dudes? Almost impossible.
I got one kid.
Like I said, it's almost impossible. Didn't you hear? I said almost. Almost impossible.
You know what's interesting?
Almost impossible.
A lot of my people, they only got one kid too.
Like I said,
Like-minded people, I guess. I don't know.
Almost,
we all know each other.
Almost impossible. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying, right? By the time a man get 40, by 40, between 35 and 40, that's when a man figured out what he want, got his career, got a good job, got his apartment, or he bought him a house. He making some decent money. He making over $50,000 a year. You know what I'm saying? Now he got play money. Now he can go date the 25-year-old, you know what I mean, year old girls and enjoy himself. That's when men play.
That's he 20 something years older than her.
When men be 35 years old is when they get stable. That's when men begin to have their fun. Women have their fun between 19 and about 28 years old. And they're dating and they run around with men that's between 35 and 40. That's who they're running around with. That's who, they might have a baby by that little the young bull that they was messing with before they ran into the 35-year-old dude. They're gonna have a baby by the young bull and a baby by that 35-year-old dude. That's just what it is. Men don't have fun until they hit 35.
They can't have fun in their 60s.
When you're older, you got the bread to play. But I'm saying the start of their fun, their playtime is at between 35 and 40.
Someone do a stop.
When their money run out, I guess.
So you can only have fun when you have money?
When the ass die, it's when it's over with.
What is a man without money?
A man, shit. The money don't make the man make the money.
Okay.
Shit. But I'm saying men start having their fun with women at about 35. You know? When they under that, they playtime is gonna be with younger girls. 16, 17, 18, 19-year-olds. You know what I mean? When they in their 20s, they messing with the 16-year-old.
Like R. Kelly?
If you want to say that.
And Jay-Z?
If you want to say that.
And Elvis?
If you want to say that. That's what it is. Statistically, there's data that shows that.
Why men don't like women their age?
Because women that's their age usually is already ran through.
What's wrong with you?
Nothing. Nothing. Let me tell you something.
You really don't know women that well.
Let me. All right. I'm trying to tell you things from a man's perspective. You know what I'm saying? You ask me a question and I'm giving you an answer. I'm telling you why men are the way they are.
You saying a woman their age is probably ran through.
Because when she was 21, she was running around with them 35-year-olds, the 40-year-olds. He had money. He was the guy who was financing the trips to Florida, to the Bahamas, to all the different places. Them old dudes was doing that, right? Beautiful women get fucked a lot.
Everybody don't like old dudes though. I couldn't stand them. That shit
like
made me nauseous. Like,
like
ew.
lucky you.
I liked people my age when I was young.
Lucky
That
you.
shit was creepy.
Lucky you. Statistically,
And old
that's not the
dudes
way it
was
is.
stupid. I'm gonna tell you what the young girls say. That trick motherfucker. Yeah, he bought me. Blah blah blah.
And they keep going.
Don't nobody love they old ass.
But they keep coming. You know why? Because they're addicted to the money. They're addicted to the vacation. They're addicted to the trips. To the little shopping spree and all that other bullshit. They're addicted to that shit. So they're gonna keep doing it. You know why? A guy that got $2 above lunch money, them young girls can't hurt him. Because the shit they want is cheap. Can't hurt them. They good. They'll have one little credit card set aside for that little young broad.
I know quite a few women that's older that married their high school sweetheart, and that was the only man they ever knew.
Well, that's few and far between.
For you to be saying that women, that's why I said you must not know women very well.
That's few and far between.
Because all women they ran through that's older. A lot of women
what you fail to realize,
one man or two men.
What you fail to realize, I said
men.
Few and far between. I didn't say all. I said few and far between. Few and far between. Now back to my original statement about men telling women how they feel. All these love songs written by men about women. If you listen to the damn lyrics of a song, it should melt your heart. But y'all hard as fucking nails. You know what I'm saying?
Why is that?
Weak and wicked. But let me tell you something else. Listen. You said Cardi B. You use her as an example. You use a lot of these other rap women of today.
When you said poetry, but then I said I got to take her out.
Right,
but she's not a writer.
But you use a lot of these modern day entertainers, right? Let's Tank and all these other new R&B singers, right? That's out there. You hear the lyrical content that they're putting out. They're using the N-word. They're saying do this and do that. You got to do this, got to do that. They are being very degrading to men in their lyrical content. They're not saying anything to honor a man. They're not saying anything that is comforting or saying that I love you. I want to be with you. And everything's degrading, demanding, nothing. So, men looking at y'all like, this is some bullshit. You know what I mean? Totally two different spectrums. We have grown so far apart when it comes to the relationship department. That's why there's so many single women. Because we don't have anything in common. You know what I mean? We want to love y'all and protect y'all and cover y'all. Y'all want to be men. That's why they say angry black woman.
What's your definition of a woman wanting to be a man? Because she's single?
Not because she's single.
Because I'm hearing everything you're saying, but not one time am I hearing you taking responsibility for the pain that men inflict on women. And maybe that's why that woman is hard, or maybe that's why that woman is protective, because she has lost her trust, because
the other day,
so many men have disrespected her, where she's like, where are the good men?
Well, you know what?
Far and few. Where are they?
I did a show maybe 2 weeks ago on a Saturday in here, talking about the single parent household and why, some women be the man and the woman in the relationship, and why she can't raise a man, and why they be that way. I talked about that. Sometimes she has to be that way by default, because she has to take on the role of being the provider and the protector and everything. She has to take on the masculine role and have that masculine energy. She has to, and sometimes because of whatever happened when she had that weak man, the first baby father or whatever, and he wasn't man enough. He was weak, and he couldn't be the provider and the protector. She had to step up and do everything. So now that he's gone, right, and she runs into a man who wants to be the man, who's accepted her children as his own. Now he comes into the household. She doesn't want to relinquish control. Now they're bumping heads because he wants to regulate the household with discipline in their blended family one way, and she wants to do it another way. When he says no, she says yes. He says yes, she says no. So they're clashing because she got so much masculine energy because she had to do it in the past. She can't let go.
Is he understanding this?
Oh, he understands it, and he talks to her about it. I actually had a man that I was in the outlet. I was talking to a man about that because he was talking about how the issue with him and his son. You know what I'm saying? You could talk to her about it, but she's so used to doing it so deep in her, she's afraid to let go. She can't let go, and it's creating a conflict in her new relationship because she has lost trust, and she don't want to let go, and she want to have this control.
So how does a man regain that trust? How does a man come into a relationship where a woman has been abused and left and a single parent? How does a man turn that around?
All you can do is try. I don't have a clear answer for that. I don't have a clear answer for that. You can try, but we're all damaged goods. And that's the first thing that people got to accept. We're all damaged goods. We've all have had some type of issue in our life, but we have to try to not carry that baggage with us. You gotta let it go. You know what I mean? You gotta let it go. Every now and then it might rise to the top every now and then.
Depends on how many bags there is.
Yeah, well, true
Because
indeed.
when you got a lot to unpack, it takes time.
Yeah, but you gotta let it go. You know what I'm saying?
How you do that?
How you do it?
Yeah, somebody might be out there listening now, like, I want to let it go. I'm tired of doing this.
Well, sometimes
come I can't let it go?
Sometimes some people got to seek therapy, right? You need a third party, and sometimes you just got to be by yourself. Sometimes, you got to give yourself some time because some people jump right into another relationship and didn't give themselves enough time to heal.
Mm-hmm.
You got to heal from all that, and if you don't heal from that, it's going to be fresh. You
got to love you.
Right. And sometimes you got to change your nouns. You know what I mean? The people, places, and things, you got to change that stuff sometimes because the further away you get from it, the easier it is to heal from it. Because if you're around the same places, the same people, the conversation will be the same. You're going to see the same things, and people going to bring up the same stuff, and you're going to be reliving it. But it's a process.
There's a lot of broken men too.
Absolutely. Why? What did I just tell you?
That don't talk. That will take it to the grave. Whatever happened to them?
Didn't I just tell you men have trust issues? Hell, I got trust issues. Men have trust issues. And you're right. Men don't talk. Most men don't talk. But we see everything. We don't miss nothing.
So how do you have a relationship and have effective communication with listening if there's a man that don't talk? Well, or doesn't know how to communicate?
Listen.
How do you do that?
A man might not talk about his past issues with his new woman because guess what? That's going to affect her. Because most women can't handle her man talking about his ex. Because she's going to say, you still love her. Meanwhile, he's been traumatized by her. You know what I'm saying? So he ain't going to talk about her. Whatever feelings he had about that, it's probably, it don't feel good. It's bad. He ain't talking about her. You know what I'm saying? But he can't talk to you about that because it's going to play on your psyche.
Why he
And
just can't say I
and,
have some trust issues that I need to work on?
and don't
Just say it.
and don't let her be good looking. You know what I mean?
Why he just can't say I have some issues
Most
that I
men,
need to work on?
most men do that.
No, you have a lot of men out there that stay silent, and you be like,
Listen,
"What's wrong?
most
Let's talk."
most most
What about what do you do with those men?
most men will tell you once or
That's
twice.
angry, and you don't know why they angry.
Most men will tell you once or twice. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't acknowledge it, that's it. You're not gonna keep revisiting the same conversation over and over again. I done told you. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
men, like how you're effectively communicating right now, a lot of men can't communicate like you.
Well, most
That's
people
why they're silent.
most people nowadays are poor communicators. I find myself that most grown folk are poor communicators. Most grown folk are poor communicators because they've been hurt, they've been through some stuff, and they're afraid. They don't want to be vulnerable. You know what I mean? But lay your card on the table. Get up and leave. You don't have to stay in your brokenness.
Yeah, if you slept with a transgender, just say it. It's okay.
Yeah, you always got the joke. But yeah,
No,
real
honestly,
talk, real talk.
there's relationships out there where the
Yeah,
woman is struggling. Like, what is wrong with him? And that's something that's wrong with him, but
yeah,
he's afraid to talk about that.
yeah.
Or
Well,
he may have that dark fetish
yeah,
that
well,
he's afraid to talk about. So he goes out and he does these things,
yeah, well. Sorry
and
for
now
that guy.
she's traumatized.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you never know. Well, that's some shit I can't talk about. I don't know. I don't know nothing about that. I couldn't. You know, that's above my pay grade.
See,
You know what I'm saying? That's above my pay grade. Then that's some shit
there's a lot of
like
stories out
that.
there from women.
Like that. Y'all need to go find a therapist and go lay on somebody's couch side by side and figure that out. You know what I mean?
Suppose you don't have the money for a therapy.
There's free therapy out there. There's free therapy out there. You know, you ain't if you ain't trust me, if you got a job, you got health coverage, they'll
Or
cover it.
suppose he don't want to go to therapy.
Well, then
Then you got to leave him.
gone,
And there goes the trust.
gone. Well, some stuff ain't salvageable.
Well, I think that's it.
Some
Is it time to wrap it up?
some stuff ain't salvageable. Yeah, it's about that time.
Well, y'all, thanks for hanging out while we was having a nice conversation. Me and the engineer, shout out to Cheche, with his woman on vacation. Hopefully they didn't pick up another woman and have a threesome, but that's a whole another conversation for another day because I don't want to talk about my co-host behind his back. I mean my co-host. Sorry, my co-host is still on suspension. Engineer, thank you so much
All right, we have to
for
go.
letting me share your house. When I'm gonna get my key, you think I forgot?
There we go.
Bye.